peddling, it got real bad real quick. But guess what? More importantly, we get a big ball fan. But no, like, I feel like there's not enough places to, like, go as an adult if you don't have kids. Like, my option's, like, the bar. I see you, Schiffer, with Antisha. You know what I mean. Howdy, y'all. How's it going today? Well, after a rough last week. Howdy, Florida girl. How are you? After a rough last week, we are back with a new game. We are starting one I've wanted to do for a while, and it's a long game. A little known one called Control. I'm very excited because I very, very much like this game. Like, this is one of those games where I'm like, this is cool as fuck. But we're back, and we'll get into it. Stressed it's a long story. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can, oh Lord, what'd I do? Hopefully you can de-stress. Fix that. Hopefully you can de-stress and relax a little bit. Let's hop right in. So, for people who game, I have a question. When the start screen says press a specific button, like that just said press return to start, do you hit return or do you hit any other fucking button? Because I don't know what it is about me or what it says about me. But every fiber of my being is hit any button but the one they tell me. They tell me any button, fine, I'll hit any button. Obviously. If it says hit any button, I just turn the computer off and go to bed. Decision paralysis is a real thing, and I can't do it. Now, when it says hit, like, return or hit F or what have you to start, I will hit every other button to see if it works. Like, that will be the last button I hit. I don't know why. It's a weird thing I just thought about now as we were doing that. I clicked the mouse. I didn't hit the return button. But I don't know what it is about me. It's just every time. Yes, I would like to confirm. Movement is critical to avoiding damage. Standing still,
fair warning,
not advisable.
This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me.
Yeah. I used to live in a little tiny studio apartment on a time. It was like a 17 by 19 studio. It was a corner, so it was,
I know I shut you out sometimes.
but it was middle floor. Like, I had neighbors above me and neighbors below me.
I'm always glad to hear from you.
Ooh, it was rough.
It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing.
Kind of defeated.
It's like we live in a room and there's a poster on the wall.
Xavier does not respect others.
We stare at it and we think that's the whole
Like,
world.
Is it possible you just got off on the wrong foot with them, or is this an ongoing issue?
The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie.
This is one of my favorite jokes. Keep that in your mind, that she couldn't think of the name of the movie.
Different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible. But we're all transfixed.
The voice of Max Payne.
But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. There lying to
He
us.
looks familiar.
We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster.
I haven't
that
met yet.
leads to the real world.
So,
We all feel
I
safe
heard,
in that room.
I heard somebody put it a certain
But
kind of way. I'm not sure if
sometimes-
it's exactly the kind of thing you want to
Sometimes
hear,
Something crawls out
or
from
is it
behind
exactly
the
helpful.
poster.
But I was
Those
told when
that
it comes
see
to
happen
living in an apartment,
freak out and
like,
try to forget
everybody
what
is
they
way
saw.
louder than they think they are. Like, whether it be walking around or whatnot. And they could be making, like, legitimate noise.
Why did you bring me here?
But, like, a lot of people kind of say, like,
Hello?
whoa.
Anyone here?
Okay, Hudson, I have to play a video game now. People demand it. Okay, we gotta turn that mouse sensitivity down. Mouse sensitivity, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna swoop those down a little bit. Oof. Okay, that is still real goddamn sensitive. Whee. Like, I am 100% sure that when I lived in an apartment, I was the loud neighbor. They play their music. Okay, so it's like purposefully loud music or loud sound. Okay, that's a whole different thing. Reminder: there's going to be a lot of reading, by the way. Certain objects are not allowed inside the bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated an issued reminder on prohibited materials, unauthorized weapons, tasers, laptops, smart watches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything smart. Number 2, pencils. Any object considered iconic, I guess I can't come in, representations of an archetypal concept, e.g. rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. Kind of weird that this whole ass government building has like nobody here. Internal lockdown in effect. Building lockdown in effect. Multiple containment breaches detected. Multiple building shifts detected. Head of research override. HRA protocol activated. And we have some Black Rock cigarettes over there. Please wait here. The Federal Bureau of Control. Can we leave? No? Okay. Oh, onward and upward, I guess. And Jesse is hauling ass. Okay. Expenditure some. Okay, calm down. Expenditure summary. Executive sector Q2. Major. Staffing, surveillance, redacted. Data center initiative, construction, redacted. Redacted. Minor, office equipment, janitorial cost, redacted. Mold removal, HQ livability cost. For cost breakdown, spreadsheet, see page 5 of 5-year comparison chart. See page 9. So we have a bunch of paperwork.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
So Jesse has seen this before. We have Dr. Casper Darling, head of research, who is played by Michael Pereira, who is the voice of Alan Wake and Thomas Shane. We have our bureau at work, which is a custodian. I'm sure he'll come up later. And our director, Zachariah Tretch, who has a very severe name.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them and they were hiding in plain sight.
Weird. There seems to be no way into these rooms from here. We are just kind of cruising for documents in this first part. Redacted. Federal Bureau of Control. Attention all redacted. Redacted a shark in his redacted, although secure, redacted, permission to redacted, following basic protocol, redacted, shoot to kill, redacted. Good luck. Okay, that told us nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only downside, I wish there was a flashlight. Hello. Federal Bureau of Control, hello. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We're still waiting on them from a number of people. If you need an extension, please request form R4.E from your supervisor. If you think you're exempt from filing an R4, then you'll need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under Section 75.2 of the Employee Manual. If your R4 requires interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Salvador, or Mr. Kirkland, as needed. They'll be busy on Thursday in their annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best, your admin. I've never worked in like an office. Like I've never had a job where I was like in an office doing office things.
Hello?
From what I've heard, this game does really good with making spooky versions of the dumb minutia, like paperwork you get in office.
Hey, excuse me.
Hey, it's that guy from the picture.
There you are.
Oh my God, it's
About the
Odd.
job.
From such games as Alan Wake 2.
You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, then you're on helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna.
Oh,
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
he definitely just heard our internal thoughts. Also, Al? We came up those stairs over there, went in here, and made a complete circle around and somehow ended up back here. And there also wasn't an elevator here before. How bizarre. Game Magazine exclusive. Game about secret agents. I need to check audio. I think something weird is happening.
The cell.
I'm getting like weird like squelches.
I was 11 years old the first time I saw it behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
I don't think those are supposed to be there. Ah, yes, the opening sequence. I love the art design of this. Like, everything from, like, the 60s era, like, technology and, like, art. Like, not art per se, but, like, that 60s era kind of, like, machinery and tech. With, like, 80s computers, obviously. You know. But mixed with this, like, harsh brutalism. And the color palette of, like, everything having a lot of red or blue. You know? Like, the art design and all this is so good.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Also, the way this game likes to dish out its story little bit by little bit, almost directly from Jesse's point of view, but without her telling us, is kind of neat to me. I gotta see if that sound is just in my headphones or happening in the game as well. Also, did I get that? Okay, we have our mission. Came out a few years back. How is it so far? I love this game. Howdy, how are you doing today, though? Federal Bureau of Control. Reminder, read drafting any public-facing material. When penning any notifications of death related to the Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Words/phrases to you. In the service of his or her country. Regret. Proud. Pride. Will be remembered. Words/phrases to avoid. Alaska. Scissors. Blood. Bleed. Loss. Apologies. Sorry. So it is in my headphones, and there's probably some kind of audio issue with the game I'm going to have to look to fix. Howdy, August. How are you today? And I unabashedly, unironically, completely love this game. When I have a call off work today to recover, I'll be back working tomorrow. I think I got a cold. I feel like it's that time of year where, like, if a cold doesn't get you, allergies do. You know? Like, it's just that time of year where, like, things are, like, starting to sprout, change. All of it's just whooping our ass. You know? Because I, too, have felt like shit for like a week now. Barbara, I am not disturbed. Cancel all my appointments for the day. For the rest of the week. Oh, I'm not disturbed. I'm not to be disturbed. I can't trust them, Barbara. Not a single one. Trent. And this French guy sounds a little... Oh. This French guy sounds a little disturbed.
Shit.
Oh.
Shit.
I think he might be a little disturbed.
You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
I don't know if it's technically a murder weapon, Jesse. Oh, I love the board. The gun, the sword, intentionally left blank.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events.
Man, he sounds familiar.
Upon the perceived reality. Now, The service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner, and you...
I love the way the lady in the background is holding that coffee mug. I want one of those coffee mugs so badly.
This place. Where am I?
Follow the board's instructions to complete the astral plane challenge. All/none of the above. You know how you can tell this game's really good? Because it's a bunch of shit I don't like. Granted, there is also a bunch of shit I do like. V to melee.
The same gun.
This might be one we end up playing with a controller, actually. But it's a bunch of shit I don't like. Like flat. But I fucking really enjoy it.
Okay. Now I have a gun.
Fire service weapon. Oh no, auto aim is enabled. I'll have to go into the thing and turn it off. I don't mind auto aim when I play with a controller. I do not like auto aim when I'm playing with mouse and keyboard, because it is currently locked on that one enemy and will not. I feel like if I'm like playing with a if I'm playing with a controller, it's just sloppy enough to where like I don't mind having auto aim. But with a mouse, I have it more fine control. So I don't want auto aim.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack.
Alright, I think I did pick the right controller.
Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the
Well, now let's see if it actually
right
connected.
after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside.
Whoa.
Is it safe to go?
Oh, okay, game. Yeah. God damn it. Just once I'd like something to work. You know? As a surprise. It'd be nice. There we go. Okay, just had to have it fit first, I guess. Cool. Alright. Holy latency, Batman. It's just me or is controller connect Xbox Like, it's literally just an Xbox One or Xbox Series X controller. But, like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like controllers have gotten so much worse. There we go. We can. Oh, I could have just turned off mouse aim assist. By the way, full disclosure, it just reminded me, I am playing with a little bit of assist turned on.
You can't let this happen.
Just for the sake of, like, getting through the game.
You can't let this happen. You can't let this happen.
Which I'll show those options in a second.
You can't let this happen.
Like, I remember last time I played, I was just like, yeah, I don't feel like fighting the game.
Oh, thank you. That was horror.
Once again. Cool, so I still can't. Okay, apparently. Alright, I have aim assist off. Assist mode enable. Aim snapping, I'll turn that off. I have I have these three modified. Just for the sake of making starting one now. I kinda like the ones from 8-bit though. The 8-bit though controllers are real good. It works for the Switch, but I haven't tried it yet. I have an 8-bit though controller. And for the life of me, I can't think which one it is. Hey, wasn't there an elevator here a minute ago? And I love it. Like, it works great.
The hotline.
Like, 8-bit though also has made
Secure line of communication.
Max Payne.
Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the
That's
dead
weird.
man.
Had
Okay.
pictures of me. I thought they threw a grenade. It was a book. Damn, maybe I should have left auto aim on. Because I'm just shooting like trash today. Eight-bit though has this keyboard I really want, but I can't justify buying it because like I have a really good keyboard. It's this retro like NES styled keyboard with two giant buttons and like a detachable or like unattached number pad, and it looks so cool. Oh Lord, we have all kinds of things. So much is expected from the director, the responsibility, the privilege. Okay, we read that. Field research on Hiss end. Hiss corrupted security guard. Confidential. Summary. The Bureau has many internal security personnel. The Hiss was quick to take advantage of this fact. Hiss guard used the standard issue bullpup rifles they carried prior to corruption. Once the armed guards carry, while the armed guards carry pump action shotguns. while the armor I'm reading is hard, the keyboards look nice. It does look huge though. It's actually it's not that much like size difference than my 99% keyboard that I use now. The buttons are huge though. They have like two big red buttons, like an A and B, or just a separate thing with just two buttons on it, and I think that's neat. They have no observed supernatural abilities, with the exception that certain hiss guards are protected by shielding of dense hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Is this shielding a result of prolonged hiss corruption? Does the hiss mature an organic host over time? More data is needed. Did the hiss target individuals with combat training? Does the hiss have that level of cognizance? Does it utilize hosts for tasks they are best suited to? Combat trained hosts are reserved for combat? These are all questions for later, though. It is obvious that corrupted individuals retain knowledge on the use of their weapons. Refer to file redacted for full report. Okay. Service weapon, OOP-1-KE. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Description says para-utility. The object's form is variable. When bonded, the object allows para-utilitarians to redact it. This object must only be bound by individuals seeking the role of redacted. The object will determine whether redacted. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. This process is dictated by the redacted, though their criteria is unknown. Background. The object was discovered inside the oldest house, in the room that is now used as the director's office. The popular hypothesis, redacted, many forms throughout history. Redacted, Mjolnir, Excalibur, Bernstrada, all weapons that redacted of their wielders. If objects of power are convergence of forces based on the collective subconscious, then this may be the original manifestation of that event. If this is the case, redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 11-1 for more details. Dinner reservation 7 at Chez Ambre. Wife will meet you there. Don't be late. Flowers are ready for you at the lobby reception. Remember, she is turning 46. And I believe this is the... yeah. So you can rewatch all the little, like, videos.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's...
oddly enough, more clearly.
...intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note. Remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now...
once again, I love how she holds that.
The service weapon is, of course, a prime...
like... but I do think that's an interesting concept for, like, a video game weapon. The idea that it's, like Mjolnir, Excalibur, like, all these legendary weapons that, you know... I'm pretty much just rephrasing exactly what they just said in that thing, but... like... but basically, like, it chooses the user and it has actual mythological power. For Marshall's eyes only, Marshall. We checked out the suspended AWE in Duluth. Wasn't anything. Just like the house fire before this, and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort fake AWEs from the real thing. Or you need to rotate these field agents off a bit. Anyway, we're en route to Sherman Ranch. Next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little livelier there. Sincerely, Special Agent Keenum. So those are just little like shelters, as it says on the thing. They're like emergency shelters. They usually have resources or something in them. Central Executive.
Tried to invade me earlier. The hiss, burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? All right, it's
Federal Bureau of Control. How to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of the effort to strengthen government relations. We're proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, then ask these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York or City or just visiting? How do you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they'll need to leave. If their answers seem redacted, escort them to a private room. There, perform a gunner's psychological assessment. If their responses are within acceptable range of deviance, see to provide a scoring sheet, then redact it immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious.
our enemy.
So part of the lore is that the oldest house is somewhat
Flows in like an infuriating melody that
not
makes you hum it
invisible,
over
but
and
unnoticeable, which I think is a fun thing. It's kind of like the chameleon circuit in Doctor Who. Like the TARDIS isn't necessarily invisible; it's just meant to blend into the background. Examination of paranatural topics, urban legends. Summary: urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials, but can also dictate characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. We recognize certain redacted, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can even be artificially redacted in pop culture using Redacted, our Bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomenon contain clear elements of popularized folklore, AWEs that only occur on Redacted, a pair of scissors that consume human Redacted, through two punctures on the Redacted. These details living in the minds of so many have given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. Refer to file 4-93-6942 for full report.
over.
Once again, I apologize. This will be one of those games where there's a lot of fucking reading. Like, not necessarily visual novel levels of reading. Okay, that radio did nothing. Probably because I have copyright music turned off. I think it plays like a tango or something if you, Oh look, this looks like a battle. I've been playing Resident Evil 9 on my Steam Deck. Which I will say, it's been a little bit not as good as on the PC. Because the Steam Deck is a little underpowered for it. But I will say I am currently missing the gyro controls for it.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy. Corrupt. Spreading.
I will, Max Payne, thank you.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
I think this is cool how the rooms shift and move. From out looks pretty interesting. It does. Like, out of the three things they announced,
Holy shit.
I think the controllers are the thing I'm most likely to actually buy. Ooh, we have outfits. Not now, Emily, I have outfits. We have tactical response, astral dive suit, and urban
Are
response.
you still sane?
Go with tactical. I also love this little waypoint thing of a thing we're going to learn
Please,
more about later.
Talk to me.
I can't tell you how happy
Hello?
I am
You sound
to have
hot.
somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. I'm Pope, Emily Pope, Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn.
But that Steam controller, like,
Jesse Faden.
well,
I'm just visiting.
it's going to live or die by how expensive.
Oh, shit.
Because
You're the new
spec-wise,
director.
it's not,
Hold on.
like, it's
We're
not
coming in.
high-end. It's very mid-range to low-mid. Like, and I think that's great if you're somebody who doesn't have a computer. Like, if you don't already have a gaming rig, I think if it's reasonably
Director
priced,
Faden.
it's a good buy-in.
Call me Jesse.
Okay.
Especially since,
Jesse,
like, in terms of specs,
I'm
it could
Emily.
be a little
Somehow,
weaker
this
because of the secret
hostile
sauce of
force,
Steam OS.
this
Like, Steam
hiss,
OS's compatibility.
That works? Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like
The
that,
Steam Deck is kind
the
of
name
proof
for
of
it is
that.
official. The hiss. Like the
Um,
sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It
Whereas-
seems to spread everywhere and to everyone, not protected by
I haven't seen the
HRA.
Framework desktop. I've
And
only seen their laptops.
extraordinarily,
I didn't even know they came out
you.
with a desktop.
You are
But
the
I feel like
director,
that's
and
probably
that makes
not
you
an
special by definition.
unfair
Trench is
comparison.
no longer the director, obviously.
Um,
I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just
But
a lot.
the Steam controller is the one, like, I'm definitely going to buy.
Trench is dead.
The Steam machine, I
Shot.
would love one, just
Ah,
for the sake of, like, buying
found
it,
his
because I
body.
think it'll be a good product.
And the guy.
But I don't
There was
really have a
one
use
like
for it.
Suicide.
Like,
the service.
the best I can come up with is using it as a
Also-
media PC in my
And
bedroom.
this can sound crazy, but he keeps
But-
appearing to me.
I don't
saying
need something that expensive or powerful
It's hard to make
as a
out,
media
but he
PC in
told
my
me to
bedroom
cleanse the
to watch
control
YouTube
point.
videos while I fall asleep.
Push the hiss out.
You know,
The whole room should.
like I'm currently using a
You did that? And you
A
entered the
17 or
building
16-year-old
already in the
laptop
lockdown
for that.
Before you became the new director? How?
you know, it's a hard
I'm
buy.
ready
Yeah,
to tell her
I
about
think there are
it.
situations where
My
it
janitor
might
let
be
me in.
less of a hard buy depending on
I
the
love
price.
it. This is
It's
fucking
extremely price
unbelievable.
dependent.
I
But with the
can't
current
even-
hellscape we live in,
Look, Jesse,
I don't
I
think
have
it's going to
million
be a good
questions, and you
price.
probably have a million
know.
more.
Like, do you know my
On the
budget
other
better?
end of that, the Steam Frame,
Not yet.
the VR headset,
But there's
I'm
something I
kind
need
of
to ask you
interested
to
in
do first.
as both a standalone
If you
VR
can
headset
cleanse
and
the
one that can be
control
plugged
points,
into a computer
then you can
that'll
maybe
natively
cure
work on
those
Linux.
infected or
Because I
possessed
currently
by
don't
the
have a way to
hiss.
play my
Because
VR
if
game
that's possible, our
because the
options are
Quest doesn't
very different.
interface with Linux.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already.
You know,
She's
Once
the
again,
opposite
though,
of the
that's gonna be
faceless
extremely
agency
price
I blame
dependent.
For what happened to me for
they initially said it would cost less than the Index,
but I can't trust her yet.
but
Or rather, the bureau.
that was
she's about.
before all of
Yes.
the current hellscape,
I can try.
so we don't know.
I'm speaking for you,
You know,
of course.
Like, there's a bunch of things
We
where
can
it's
try
like,
it together.
I'm gonna have to wait and see before I say one way or the other whether
Okay. You with me?
you want to be my
We
girlfriend.
did it before.
I love
the
the
hiss
how
out.
hard everybody ships Emily and Jesse. Like, I'm usually not one for shipping, but I kind of like that one. Examination of paranatural topics. Control points. Control points are locations that the Bureau has identified being vital junctions of the oldest house. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point in the redacted arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by redacted detection of an unobstructed ping using the redacted within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures or redacted or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that the control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside of it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be redacted. So the house be moving. The control points also act as your fast travel and your save points. So we got this floating lady here. Let's see what we can do about it. The Steam controller, though, I feel like is a pretty easy slam dunk. But I also feel like if Valve was smart, they would release it now. They would release it as soon as they could, realistically. Because any delay, or rather get it out there and let people get their hands on it, let people enjoy it. And then when the Steam machine comes out, like, even if it comes with a controller, now you have two of them. And who doesn't want a second controller? But you're also already familiar with it, so the out-of-box experience using it will be better. You know? Field research on his entity. Also, I just want it. Give it to me. Please. I want it. This manifests in human host in numerous ways. The most common and least intense form is seen in the many corrupted agents floating throughout the Bureau. The Hiss agents have maintained their human appearance, undergoing no obvious physical transformation. The most notable distinction from an unaffected human is the fact that they levitate. That is a pretty big distinction. These Hiss have displayed no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. I don't think that's a word. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption, like spores or Wi-Fi boosters, or are they cocoons, preparing to enter their next stage of evolution? When attacked, Hiss agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation into a purely resonant form. Research is ongoing. Refer to file redacted for full report.
Deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
So we shouldn't do that.
Jesse, over here.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place.
Where did we hear about a town called Ordinary before?
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already.
Actually, I don't know if I covered that on
I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us.
So, if you remember when we
Dr.
played
Trench.
Timebreaker, the Alan Wake Night Springs episode,
He mentioned something called
the one with
Said I should find it.
Iceman.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone, a direct line of communication between the
I
director
feel like a
and
lot of the
board.
dialogue of Sam
Maybe
Lake
he can
in
talk to
that
you more
DLC
clearly
talking
through
about
that.
like
I mean, Trench has
acronyms are
years
fun.
and
They're like
years
little
of
mystery.
experience.
Is very much a
He
response
might know how to
that
destroy
people
the
had
hiss.
this game having too many acronyms.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the
Specific words
communications
like
department through the
para-utilitarian
mailroom.
and all
It's
those.
part of the sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown.
Like I
in
feel like
place.
it's very much like
We'll get
Remedy
the door
taking
open
the
for
piss
you.
out of
Okay.
all the techno
That's
babble
my
in
next step.
this game.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
Masha sounds like an idiot.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it.
Also,
More
if this
than
isn't a
enough.
game you've played,
No matter what
you can
they
get it
told me
like
all those
randomly
years,
and
I
free,
know
like
it's real
for
now.
dirt cheap. And every version of
I
it now
didn't
is
imagine
the ultimate
this.
version.
I want
Like
to
they
be
did a free
part of
update
this world.
earlier last year.
What scares me shitless
Like, this
is
is
that I
100%
finally
worth
found
playing.
it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I love the design of this. I'd love to get myself a,
Look, I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions.
I'd love to get myself a red
The
bacon light
hotline
phone.
should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
The oldest house.
You mentioned the oldest house.
Time for some lore
What
dump.
is it?
This building, the bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
Same.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers
Jane.
not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay.
Director.
This trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data.
Which is a horrifying idea.
That's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house
No,
potential
I think there's
and
something
have
wrong.
developed a link to
I
the
just-
astral
I
plane
have
and
to-
must be controlled, which is what
For me to
differentiates
fix it, I
them
would
from
have
altered
to, like-
items, which are still housing.
Actually, I'm going to try
forces,
restarting the game,
but are more volatile
when we get
and
to a save
cannot be
point.
bound in the period
Because that might
experience
fix it,
sense.
but...
Got it?
Did
Yeah,
she
no,
know
don't
about
apologize,
these?
because there's a good chance I wouldn't, or I don't notice
Got
that
it.
kind of stuff, so please
Thanks.
bring that stuff up. But we'll
So
get through this
HRA
last
stop
question.
you from
I'll try to
becoming
restart the
his.
game.
Wait,
Otherwise,
it
I'd
seems
have to
that
figure
way.
out a fix.
I mean, I
I'm
hadn't
not
even heard of an
sure
HRA until a
what
few
that
weeks
fix
ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out.
But it is
I began
annoying as
analyzing
shit.
mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one it seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Alright, let's exit.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Thanks, Emily.
Just let me know.
I love you. I also love how naturally Jesse takes to superpowers. Like, none of this is phasing. Try exiting out of the game and so by default,
Front, left, front, right.
I am okay.
Front, left, front, right.
Okay, so I'm getting no sound effects on that. Maybe when we refire up the game, it'll fix it. Sometimes games be weird like that. Emily, I need to talk to you once more to see if that worked.
Look, I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know.
God damn it.
There are no stupid questions. The door to the console.
Like, I'm even playing on like reasonably conservative settings. Fucking ray tracing.
Department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Well, at the very least, it seems like it's not as bad. I don't have level. I'm the director. Also, I love how it looks like they spray foamed these doors shut. Week 83 report. Summary. Visit the following Nevada accommodations. Desert Sun Inn, Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In and Out, Aztec Court, Sleep E Bear Motel, Silver Spurs Ranch, El Gato Blanco Inn, A Plus Lounge. Expenditures. Accommodations, $831.29. Meals, $714.84. Gasoline, $295.12. Minibar, star, $313.61. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state. But hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road, Agent L. Hines. The boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any place of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. I mean, it's only right that they pay for the I keep wanting to hit the reload button, but there is no reload button. Oh.
It's overpowering here. You don't
Too
want me
much.
anywhere near it. With you on that.
Where's everybody? Oh. On the stairs. No, I don't want the map right now. My thumb just slipped off the stick. Where are you? Okay. Okay, game. There we go. Into the ladies' room real quick for, some light reading. Please be aware, due to recent fluctuations in the nearest control point, this area's stability has been downgraded to yellow. Reference chart. Green, stable. Yellow, low possibility of unanticipated building shifts. Orange, high likability. High likelihood of unanticipated building shifts. Red, frequent unanticipated building shifts. Could you imagine, having to work somewhere where the walls move? Summary. The Hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as ways to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. 2 methods have been discovered for lowering them. 1. Destroy the multiple concentrated resonance sources found in the vicinity. 2. Destroy the Hiss entities in the area. The resonance fields seem to require support for their size and density from other non-connected sources of Hiss resonance. Without the ability to draw from these sources, the barrier will fail. Does an inactive structure made of Hiss resonance qualify as a conscious being? Does the distinction make any difference when considering the Hiss? What does the very act of building walls to prevent movement tell us about the Hiss? To what degree is it watching and planning? Refer to file redacted for full report. Portrait of Zachariah Trentz. The only person you should fail is yourself. Zachariah Trentz. We finding his baseball cards, second portrait we've got. Into the menu. It's always worthwhile to check the Fisher. Also, I hate this map. Oh my gosh. This way. Which will lead us to dead letters. I had the machine god. I had a dream, and I built the thing I saw in my dream. A machine that will contain God, but not the God you know, or the ones anybody knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator, and the coils from my toaster, and the fans, plus the timing belt from my car's engine, and the wheels from my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body. like a baby, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dialing plate on God. The Dead Letters is probably one of my favorite areas in this, which I'm sure you'll hear me say that a fucking lot. Dead Letters is filled with wacky nonsense. That dude had a shield. Okay, I think that's all. Now we cleanse. I got such a cool effect. So, this game came out in 2019, which, can we acknowledge how fucking good of a year 2019 was? This, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Resident Evil all came out in 2019. I'm sure other things that I forgot.
Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
That is the coolest thing in the game.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Like, I love launch. Launch is so badass. Because that's one of the cool things about this game, and I'll spoil it a little bit. Throughout the game, you can cleanse objects of power, and you essentially get superpowers out of it. So, like, if you cleanse the disc, you get launch. Which means that you can fire things through the air with telekinesis, and it is fucking fun as shit. That mixed with another power you get later on really changes how you fight. I feel like anybody who just played the beginning of this game without, like, continuing on and playing more really didn't get the full, like, complement of what you can do in this. Greetings, Director Trent. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive cataloging the Bureau's collection of delinquent mail. Will provide an extremely handy database that research teams can use to search any connections to related topics found among the letters. Aside from the more functional purpose, the archive will allow us to preserve those windows into authentic human encounters with the paranatural world. The letters come to us from various places and times, gathered by Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is the perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of paranatural events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight in how unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze letters for any information Respect a connection to AWEs and altered materials. Thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Bartwell. I like how every now and again in this game, you come across a note from somebody where they just sound super fucking thrilled to be doing some menial task. Like categorizing letters. Like, bless them for it, too. To whom it may concern, I am being contacted by the past presidents of the United States of America. They appear as spirit guides, giving me their wisdom. John Adams keeps saying I need to fix America, but I can't really understand him. They all have a lot of opinions. People tell me I'm imagining it, but Theodore Roosevelt showed me how to fix my lawnmower. I don't know a thing about lawnmowers. Explain that. Oh, look, somebody about to get banned. There's got to be a more streamlined way to do this. Bad. Okay, now let me out of it. All right. I have great dead men telling me about the past and the present. If you'd like to use my abilities to help run the government, please let me know. I know the White House could use me. Yours in earnest, James Bartholomew. Oh, I love reading shit. I wish shit from crazy people in real life was as entertaining as shit from crazy people in video or in like media. Because like if you've ever read like the ramblings of a schizophrenic, they are not nearly this cohesive. Hello, avid readers. The Bureau Book Bunch will convene at the I'm not doing the voice, it's making it harder to read. At the usual spot, in the corner table of the cafeteria at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Currently discussing Unless You by J.D. Brooks. Everyone should get their reviews to me by Monday before lunch so I can generate some conversation starters before the meeting. Happy reading, Penny Bartwell. They had a little book club. How cute. And here's the best thing in this game.
She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish
I mean, it's exactly what it says on the tin. Like,
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.
Bummer. I love the Threshold kids. It's so acceptable. I know, bud. I know. You hate that you hate the street. You hate me sitting at my desk when I'm not being your doing boy. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I know it sucks. But you have to stop nudging my elbow. It is uncomfortable. I don't know if it'll work, but we're trying. What the hell? That's a level 2 door. I know, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I can't pay attention. It's literally the greatest tragedy to ever befall anybody ever, anywhere. I know. There's nothing in this room. Oh, sometimes there's room with nothing in it. Okay, that did not fix it at all. Worst comes to worst, I do own this game on Epic. I'll fire up the Epic version and see if it does it as well. Ooh, that's a lot of marinara. If the Epic version doesn't do it, I'll just play the Epic version. Oh, I doubt that's right. It is a little bit of a bummer that the audio is doing this. Book Club Notes for Penny by L. Sampson. So I don't usually read a lot of sci-fi, but as far as space operas go, this was all right. Back when Google Stadia was around, a lot of players had this game. Yeah, like 505 or Remedy, I forget who, or 409 or whatever the hell the publisher was for this. Like, I don't know what it was, but like they just absolutely like saturated the market with free copies of it. It was on Game Pass forever. Epic gives it away like 3 times a year. Steam puts it on heavy discount all the time. I think like it's been free on Amazon Gaming for like a bunch of different times for Luna. Like, it's one of those games like, if you haven't played it, like, not for a lack of effort. Title, Unless You, could refer to a bunch of things in the book, I guess. But I thought it was a little vague and stupid. The way the characters kept throwing it around, almost like a catchphrase, got real annoying real fast. The best part of the story was the space battles. I sided with the Fixers, obviously, because they had the coolest tech, and their motives made the most sense to me. Honestly, if I had to choose between some hoity-toity, flowers and guns space hippies, or a badass bunch of warriors who go around devouring planets like cheap sushi on a Sunday, I know who I'm picking. That scene where they invade City Planet and convert the entire population using those brainworms, and that space dogfight between the 2 ace pilots, sign me the fuck up. That kind of ruined the whole thing for me. What kind of ruined the whole thing for me was when my favorite character got killed. Not even halfway through the story, by getting a battery cylinder launched into his face by gravitational anomaly. His death didn't feel necessary at all. I think there's a couple of those. I don't know. There's so many, like, documents in this game. I've never collected them all.
Object of power. Looks like the hiss have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Throwing shit. The only downside with a game like this, where there's a lot of reading, is my jaw is starting to hurt from it. So that's level 1. Right. Crouch to take cover behind low up. Thanks, game. You're so real for that. Problem is, everything in, like, most things in this game are destructible to a point. So, like, trying to crouch to take cover behind things is kind of difficult. I remember when computers used to run on those. I was a very small child. Floppy disk / nuke to gain launch / telekinesis. Teach us to believe, director.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
So you pick things up, you fucking throw them. This is like one of my favorite powers, if not my favorite power. Best part is if you don't have something targeted, you just rip out like a random bit of floor or wall. So you just like, you pull something from somewhere. You don't even like have to let it come all the way to you. You can send stuff from like more obtuse angles. But you do have a mana bar, so like you are restricted in how much realistically you can. Floppy disk is now about. His / antagonist is seeking our passport.
There you are. You were gone.
Floppy disk, OOP5-KE. Containment procedure. Must be contained in a cell with no other loose material. Description / power utility. Object is an 8-inch diskette containing Soviet-era nuclear launch codes. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to telekinetically lift material and throw it a short distance. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.5 for more information. The object is currently bound to Redacted for research purpose. Stolen from a Soviet military base located in Redacted by agents Redacted and Redacted with the CIA. The diskette contained launch codes to Redacted missiles, believed to be reserved for use against Redacted. After being returned to America, the diskette began throwing computational hardware at members of the decoding team. An informant in the CIA tipped the Bureau off, and it was requisitioned by agents the next day.
Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
Ow. That's the other thing too. It kind of makes short work of shields. Where are you, motherfucker? Then you can throw shit like this where they explode. Like you can have a lot of fun with launch. Like it also like I like the fact that like, and it's gonna sound weird coming from me, like your gun isn't your only weapon. Like sometimes it is quicker and easier to take out enemies with launch than it is by shooting.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Also, you can shoot fire extinguishers and they do things. Launch can be used for navigational reasons like this. You know. So we can just find more goodies. Also, I saw that bag fucking apparate through the table. I think that's a glitch, not an object of power. Oh, that was all that was in here. Okay. Thankfully, the pickup icon starts pretty far out, so it is kind of easy to see where things are. Like, for the most part, you just have to kind of like run around. I'm exhausted, by the way. Information campaign summary of Willow AWE. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to redact it. So another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring Redacted for any off-message opinions. But it's looking like we're in the clear. Tamasi out. Field research on Hissent. His corrupted demolition expert. Confidential. Summary. The Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile materials and weapons. Our demolition experts are instructed in the use of explosives in dimensions with distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work, as well as combat solutions. His demolition experts are the only observed Hiss variants to wield the specially built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track redacted entities once fired, making them a threat whose termination should be prioritized in combat scenarios. I found it remarkable that the Hiss restrict uses of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who train specifically for its use. What does this tell us about their behavior? Can it not pass along new information to corrupted entities? Still too many unknowns. Refer to file redacted for full report. Field research on Hiss entity. Hiss corrupted ranger. Summary. The Rangers are the Bureau's well-trained, well-armed expeditor. Why is my brain not allowing that word to work? Forces. Their Hiss-corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers were trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during AWE response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, assault rifles, and automatic shotguns. Hiss Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by the Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. Hiss Rangers have no observed paranatural abilities beyond some being protected by shields of dense Hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training the Hiss Rangers are capable of applying to this situation, it is feasible to consider the human mind still remains intact to some degree, whereas the Hiss able to tap into this combat training and utilize it. Further observation is required. Refer to file redacted for full report. goes nice. Through there. But I don't have a card one. Flame control. Oh, we can do it. Most of these fast. Clearance level 1. How convenient.
This must open the door.
But before we open the door, let's check this dark and spooky sitter. Where am I? There we go. Right. Music won't play, of course, copyright. Oh, they made a little private area for the toilet. Good for that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Jesus Christ. Pause to read.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy.
Thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's Suspicion-Con. I was in room 47. The night manager in our visitor program insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week.
That's an old urban
guests
place.
had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below. They only found
Well, how
out
do
when
you
the housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since.
Butthead here is recently taken to like
pretty quick.
crawling underneath my bed to hang out when I'm in my bedroom.
Ghosts visited me. No chilly spots or
Sometimes it's in the narrow like space between my bed and the wall, and like the bottom half of him is just kind of sticking out from under the bed. But the other day he crawled under my bed like all the way into the back corner against the wall, like some sort of goblin,
the night manager,
and then scurried out at me when I got down on the floor to see what he was doing.
There you have it, listeners.
Like some kind of horror.
What we call ghosts take many forms.
Because there isn't a ton of clearance between my bed and the floor. Like, I do have a bed, not one of them. It wasn't sneaky, though. It was very loud and noticeable. Because I have all hardwood floors. So I can hear him. I can hear the tapping of his nails.
When no one else believes you, we do.
Okay, I just wanted to listen to the radio for a minute, but okay. The game's like, you gonna progress? Like, I'd understand it more if he was sneaky. He wasn't. He was very loud. This asshole.
Great.
Throw your shit. There we go. Oh, Lord, he went into that sky butthole.
I have a feeling he'll be back. Let's stay focused. The
Okay, so
hotline
I picked
should
up
be
a personal mod. So personal mods are like upgrades you can put on yourself. So we have launch efficiency, health recovery per element pickup, 21%, 22%, astral health boost, energy boost. We're gonna go with we're gonna equip that and weapon mods. And you also have mods for your weapons. Reload speed, ammo refund for critical hit. And some of them only pertain to certain weapons. I get the occasional headshot, so do I want energy gained from that or ammo refund? Elevated hiss. Hiss elevated agents display abilities similar to telekinetic competencies observed in Bureau para-utilitarians. Some prefer to charge their targets, while others launch objects at them. Telekinetic attacks have been ineffective against the Hiss elevated due to their own talent in the area. They do not use any weaponry except for their own paranatural capabilities. Some Hiss elevated have been seen levitating while strapped into chairs. This is likely a result of individuals being corrupted while undergoing cognitive recording and parapsychology. How are they able to use paranatural abilities? Is it possible that these individuals were bound to objects of power prior to corruption? It's also worth considering that the Hiss resonance can identify and express latent paranatural ability in individuals it corrupts. Refer to file redacted for full report.
That's the mailroom.
I remember that fight being harder last time I did it. Actually, I think that fight is why last time I played this, I enabled the what's it called? Ooh, I found a goodie. So this is where all of the pneumatic tubes go. Butte, AWE-17. Event summary. A spat of disappearances was traced to a home in the city of Butte, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity located at Redacted, which had been connected to a total of Redacted disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house, Redacted days later. Found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. The light cord in the Butte home's closet disappeared during this incident. Huh.
Alberto Tomas.
Tomasi's ID. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. Alberto Tomasi.
Head of comms.
All right,
The Hiss got him.
The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected
Wasn't that
to
a
make
real thing?
full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun.
Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, the odds an alternate item would show up inside a U.S. embassy. Talk about good luck, huh?
Amashi seems
So
like an
much
asshole.
easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
I hear monster noise.
The hotline can't be far now.
I thought I saw something over here. What's the matter, bud? I know, everything sucks, bud. I'm sorry. Sorry your life is so hard, bud. Butte, AWE-17. According to their testimony, the agents have been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino. Discovered a room key by performing a ritual. See file MOT-01. The key opened a door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. After pulling another motel cord found inside the room, they were transported to the oldest house. The disappearance of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to the light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte house have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. At the time of writing, redacted light cords have been found in the oldest house, located in the redacted and redacted sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, though how exactly this link operates is a redacted, but initial hypotheses center on the Butte AWE as a redacted. See Dr. Darwin presentation 24.3 for more information. Hotline security log. All visitors must check in. 8/19/2019, 2:45 p.m. Director Trents. 8/26/2019, 12:13 Director Trents. 8/31/19, 11:09 Bill Everett, custodian. Okay, yeah, it's all Bill Everett and Director Trents, except for Carol Bishop, who is also a custodian. I wasn't reading that.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. The door marked with the black pyramid.
I swear to God, I can listen to James McCafferty read a phone book.
No. I've stayed
So we have the black pyramid door,
across the country,
two circles, square, triangle,
radar.
a C,
This feels like
and a spiral.
all of them, like something recognized from a dream.
What Remedy game did we recently see with a spiral?
Hello? Anyone here?
So these are all little puzzles. You have to do something in here that'll tell you how, that'll give you the key to the door with the black pyramid, and it'll take you to the oldest house. And each time you ring a bell, a different door opens.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Now the first one is a bit of a gimme, because they just give it to you. See America. Texas. Alaskan Volcanic National Park. I didn't expect to be in oil painting today, but now it's happened several times and I don't know how to feel about it. Pick up the hotline. The hotline / seashell is a transmitter / bridge. Directors can call the board / long distance. Complete the astral plane sounds. Oh Lord, I almost fell. The hotline will allow you to contact extra-dimensional entities. Come on, pick a direction. So these things can't be killed and can kill you very easily. You can slow them down, but it's different. I don't know why, but the material that the astral maze is made of, like this material here, reminds me of like my grandparents' bathroom. Back when I was a kid, they had their bathroom all like black.
It's an
like
object
the
of power.
toilet was black.
It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
I forgot it's Ralph Tuesday. It is. How are you today, Jack Boop?
A director needs a team.
Welcome to the family,
management. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do.
Thank you for the resub, Jack Boo. I greatly appreciate it. 32 months is a long ass time.
Salvador, Marshall. Marshall is
not me in my head trying to figure out how failing.
She sees right through me. She knows.
Welcome, I hope you're doing well.
On people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
There's 32 more. At least. I appreciate that enthusiasm. I truly do.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him.
Oh,
he feels more
got
like
so many things.
Echo.
All right. Case files. This is a Remedy game. It absolutely is Alan Wake. So good call on that. That was literally the voice of Max Payne. Like that was James McCafferty speaking a moment ago. Like once again, the late, like tragic passing. Yeah, no, you're not crazy. Like Director Trench is played by James McCafferty. Jesse here was in the not the Max Payne, the Alan Wake 2 DLC. She plays the sibling in episode 2 of Night Springs, and she plays Jesse in. Actually, she wasn't called Jesse. She was called something else, and I can't remember. The agent in Timebreaker, episode 3. She's also Beth in Quantum Break, which just had its 10th anniversary the other day. Hotline, OOP-3-UE. Containment procedure. Objects should be inaccessible for use except to the director. Description/para utility. Object is a 1960s era red Bakelite telephone. The rotary dial has been replaced with a black knob of unknown purpose. Phone weighs redacted. The object allows the director to communicate with the redacted. If used by anyone other than the director, the object will cause lethal redacted. See Dr. Darling presentation 11.6 for more information. The object is currently bound to Director Trent's. Background. The object spontaneously manifested in the director's office, placed on the desk. Director Northmore was the first known Bureau agent to use it. A battery of tests were run on the object, including redacted and redacted, but its origin remains unknown. We got multimedia, that's the hotline call we just had. These are hotline calls. Okay, these are ones we just saw, or we've seen already. Alright.
An echo with important info.
Let's go talk to our lovely
to
girlfriend, Emily.
People react strongly when I tell them about you.
I love
Is it
how
too soon to tell Emily? She
So-
might be able to help.
It's already been kind of established. Like, not as super directly as it could have been, but it is established by this point that the little corona that we keep seeing, and, hey, we're back in the office. And, the person Jess is talking to isn't just an inner monologue, it's another being. So it's real fun that, like, Jesse keeps, like, it's a good plot device where we have this unnamed thing that's also our waypoint, where it kind of explains the character having an inner monologue, so it just isn't somebody talking to themselves for 12 hours. You know? I think that's a neat little way to get around that being awkward after a while. I know, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. To all executive staff, I know there is some concern regarding our operation exceeding the annual budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscured from the scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exuberant to the point of drawing attention, then they will be granted by the U.S. Treasury without question. The FBC is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't there. The nature of the oldest house allows us certain freedoms in how we operate. Our being here is no accident. Regards, Zachariah Trent, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Damn, burn. Yeah. As far as, like, shadow government agencies go, I think this is a fun one. Like, the way that they kind of explain away how they get away with so much and everything that they can do with a lot of, like, yeah, we have a literal magic base. Is really neat. We're not going to say that. There's a level 1 door right here. Federal Bureau of Control. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son, Graham Potts, was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in the service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nation against her enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loved so much. His effects will return to you with all speed. Sincerely yours, Howard J. Murray, Deputy Chief of Communication, Federal Bureau of Control. Take solace in the fact knowing that your son was eaten by a rubber duck. He was torn to shreds by officers. Central Executive. Level 4 key card. We don't have one of those. Grab loot. Question, buddy. Do you have to play with the loudest, heaviest thing you own? You own so many soft toys. That's sweet. Those could be annoying in new and fun ways. He's so mad that I'm screaming right now. He wants attention so bad. Actually, do you need to go out, bud? Come on, bud, I'll lay you out. Yeah, come on. Oh. Don't get old. My everything hurts. Examination of paranatural topics. Technological limitations of the oldest house. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau. But by far, the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any redacted signal. Radio waves are the only transmissible signals in the oldest house, and even those are unreliable. If the power of the collective unconsciousness is taken into account, it could be certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural redacted for the oldest house to redact them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving too fast a pace for the redacted to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Redacted agents have been injured by their cell phones exploding in their pockets while entering the oldest house. Refer to file 4-19-1935 for full report. Here's a diagram of the thingy. All right. These windows are too clean. Ati is doing too good a job. I don't know why I'm bothering to turn on the radio. Nothing will play because I have copyright music turned off. Which will be interesting because there is a part later where I am 100% sure it's copyrighted music. But I'm willing to bet it'll still play. Listen, I know you can't control the building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. D. Rodriguez. That would be the most excruciating thing about working somewhere like this, aside from the danger and paranatural bullshit. The fact that the bathroom could just disappear one day, never to be seen again. Or your office is just gone.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms, the hiss?
You are a hotline.
Sorry.
Girl.
You made it. I'm glad.
Initial encounter. Analysis of Hiss Threat Part 1. Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Most notably, the Hiss is able to invade or corrupt control points, altered items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has been distributing over the past few weeks was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so in contrast to that of the other Hiss that I have dismissed the theory. My final observation comes from Miss Faden herself. She was able to cleanse material and organisms of the Hiss corruption. We tested this ability on a Hiss-corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seems to kill the host. Perhaps the host psychology becomes reliant on the Hiss. More work to be done. Refer to file redacted for full report.
Emily? Let's talk.
Of course.
I'm coming, bud. Give me 1 sec. I gotta let Hudson back in. So, right? Like, the idea that shitters just disappearing is horrifying. So I weighed myself again the other day, and I'm down to 250 pounds. 255 if we're really being exact about it. I don't remember the last time I weighed 250 pounds. Like, I think the lowest I've gotten on diets and all is like 260.
I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible.
Which is wild, because I'm not doing it.
He talked about his
Like,
management
I'm not
team.
exercising.
People who knew the Bureau's secrets.
Eating better. I'm eating more consistently. I'm not eating junk food.
Tomasi, but
like, I'm eating like normal
he's
people
gone.
food every day.
Salvador?
And like 3 actual
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Yeah, that's the wild thing. I haven't.
Helen Marshall.
I guess it went from like, oh, I'll order a pizza and eat all of it.
She took her
to,
rangers
like,
and went to the research
well, I'll,
sector to
you know,
secure the HRA production.
I'll make myself
She
dinner
hasn't come back.
instead.
Somebody
So it's
could
like,
help us.
I'm sure that is a
The other
wild effect
sectors.
on it. But like, I'm
How do I
still
get
like
there?
drinking
It's
soda
impossible
every
because of
day.
the
I'm,
internal
like,
lockdown.
enjoying my
You can
coffee.
perform a directorial override to
you
lift
know?
it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector.
Like,
Normally,
yeah,
if you set the
I did
elevator
change my
down
diet,
there,
admittedly.
it connects
The
all
fact that I got a
sectors,
kitchen of
but
my
it
own
won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
really did help.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
But yeah, like, it's just wild to me that, like, I'm
Jesse,
shedding.
with no prep, no training in this
You know?
extreme situation. You are
Like,
doing
I've started
phenomenally
noticing
well.
it in my
and all
face.
that in the his can't seem
My
to
face
affect you. I mean, I would love to.
Which is
run
a
some
weird
tests
thing
on
to, like, look in the mirror and see.
you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you. But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like,
think
I
it
feel
will
like you get very used to, like, what your face looks like.
I'll check the internal documentation.
And
for
then
any
you just kind of
lockdown
one day
bypasses.
you're standing
We
in
need
front
to
of the
get
mirror,
these
like,
sectors
brushing
open to
your
locate
teeth. And you're
Darling
like,
and Marshall.
who the fuck is this?
And I'll look for a way inside
Look
the
at this
maintenance
fucking
sector.
clown.
The sooner we find one, the sooner
You
we
know?
finish this override.
Just looking at past screens. Yeah. Well, I'm sure if I, like, went back and looked, because I, like, admittedly, I do not try to look or hear myself, like, from the past. Like, I don't like recordings or, like, images of myself. So, like, you know, a bit weird. But, like, I'm sure if I went back and looked, I would very much notice. You know? Like, I'm sure if I went back and looked at a stream from, like, 2 years ago, I would notice I'd look different. But yeah, I was, like, brushing my teeth in the mirror the other day and noticed it. And, like, I noticed it on my ID photos the other day, too. Which is weird. Also, like, my pants just don't fit in. Like, I've had to get, I've had to get, like, a belt that's nearly infinitely adjustable to be able to, like, hold my pants. All right. We have crossed 2 hours, so I think that's
Do
where
you
we're going
hear
to
that?
call it.
Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
Because this is where the game, like, starts to open up. This is pretty much the end of the
Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
Like, we get all these extra little things.
And see what you can find around here.
Well, so I
Computers,
just say,
documents, any measuring devices you can find.
time for 10 more
Helping
hours.
Pope is a surefire way to get on Darling's good side.
Yeah, like, it's just weird. But hopefully I'll figure out this audio issue we're having with, like, the squelching or, like, artifacting. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I'll Google it, see what comes up. So we're gonna be doing Control for a while, because this is a pretty long game. We just saved so I can exit out. Heck yeah, lots of Control. I fucking love this game. It's a Remedy game, so of course I do. Um, fire up the old internet interwebs. How long to beat? Control. Okay, actually, the Ultimate Edition says 13 hours for the main story, 25 and a half for main and extras. There's probably somewhere between like 13 and 25 and a half. So 2 hours streamed out, probably be about 9 or 10 streams. So, but yeah. And thankfully, because I don't think they've announced a release date for. Yeah, they haven't released a. Dang, that's a lot of streams. You're right. Like, they released a gameplay trailer. They haven't released a. Oh, Girly was playing this in January. They haven't released a release date for the sequel yet. Control Resonant. So it just says 2026. Yeah, they're coming up with a sequel for it. It can be wishlist already, I believe. We can all ooh and ah things I have on my. The fuck is Santa Simulator? When the fuck did I put that on there? We can all ooh and ah at my wish list, but I'm fairly certain. My phone's playing a lullaby at me because it's time for bed. There we go. Control Resonance. All the way at the bottom. Yeah, they already have like a Steam page up for it. Honestly, I'm not. So I haven't seen this trailer yet. I'm a little worried about the gameplay.
Zoe,
I don't want any spoiler stuff because I feel like it, spoils stuff. But like, it takes place out. So Control is a super trippy looking game. Like, if we go back here, we can go to the store page. Like Control is a really like trippy looking game in a lot of ways. You know? But that's from the DLC.
Fair warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped.
I'm very excited about it. I love the art design of this game.
My brother
It's Remedy,
was just
so
a kid
clearly
when
I'm
I took
all
him.
for it.
They thought I'd never find this place.
Like, it ties directly into Alan Wake.
That I'd forget about him. They were wrong.
Like, 505 games, that's the publisher. Although, not anymore. As you can see, Remedy's the publisher of it now. 2 years ago? 2 years ago, they bought the rights back off of 505. So Remedy actually completely owns Control now. But yeah, it's like not like $40 you can buy the Ultimate Edition. And I wouldn't even say buy it for $40. Like, it goes on sale all the time. It's free on Epic randomly like 2 or 3 times a year. You know? Like, but it's so good. This is such a good game. Hell, just playing it casually like 3 or so times, I'm like 10 achievements away from 100%ing it without trying. I will say that this is definitely one of those games that you should play with a controller. I think mouse and keyboard's a little too clunky. Anywho, I think that about rounds out the stream tonight. Which I'm sure I've asked this before, but hold on. Games feel much better with controller. Some of them I absolutely 100% prefer playing with mouse and keyboard, but certain ones like Control or Red Dead Redemption 2, I refuse to play with mouse and keyboard. Red Dead, like horrible, horrible game to play with mouse and keyboard because it uses every goddamn button on your keyboard. It's so complex where it's like you need to be using 3 hands to play that goddamn game on mouse and keyboard. Controller feels great. Like I've not played Silent Hill F or the RoboCop game with a controller yet. Resident Evil Requiem, I've just played it, or I've just played it the last 2 days. Which here's how close I am to finishing Resident Evil Requiem. I have 2 goddamn achievements left. Like that's it. Punched my horse by accident. Yeah, I have to do a speed run, and I have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty. And both of those will be a cakewalk because I've already unlocked unlimited ammo. I played around today, yesterday and today on the Steam Deck, just to like familiarize myself with the controller layout for Steam Deck. And I did the final, quote unquote, the final puzzle as well. That was a fucking odyssey. But like I was just dicking around. It felt so good to play that game where you have unlimited ammo and the Requiem. Because I was playing through Grace's part, and I was literally I flipped the script on the game where it's like, no, it's still a survival horror, but I'm the horror and you have to survive. So this was literally my checklist for figuring out the final puzzle. I did look at a guide. I didn't just figure it out. But, like, I did all the steps. I made sure I understood how the steps all pertain to each other. Like, I didn't, like, do the thing. I actually decoded all of it myself. I didn't look at the answer. I just looked at how to get the answer. Which I felt like it was a fair compromise, because I don't think any reasonable person could have figured this out without putting 1.5 million hours in. But yeah, this is my 2 pages of Requiem notes. But I figured that out, and it was just an achievement. It didn't really do anything too fun. But I played on normal modern difficulty today with infinite ammo and beat the game in 5.5 hours. So I'm not too and that was with me running around like getting all the ammo as Leon and selling it. Which is more fun, the speedrun or the hardest difficulty? I don't love the hard mode in a lot of these games, because I find that the hard mode becomes like artificially difficult at a certain point. Like I feel like they make it so difficult where it's not fun anymore. You know? And also like I'm not good at parrying. So the game relies a lot on you parrying as Leon. You know, or like the stealth becomes near impossible. You know, or they do that thing where they just put random enemies in random places solely there to fuck you up. But I feel like, because I feel like a lot of these games, like the normal difficulty is the right difficulty to play on. Hard can be fun if you want to do a challenge, and I usually will play these games eventually. Like almost every Resident Evil, I do eventually play on the hardest difficulty with no add-ons or anything. But I often find myself not having as much fun doing that. You know? Hell, y'all have seen me play the games on the hardest difficulties. We did the modded fun runs were all on hardcore. Or at least the Resident Evil 2 modded fun runs were on hardcore. But I did also allow myself infinite ammo for the sake of getting through the goddamn game for certain weapons. Um, but yeah, like Resident Evil games are easy once you figure out the mechanics of them. Like once you know how the mechanics work, they're not that difficult. Right, so you got so much practice. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing it for 30 years now. If I'm not good at it yet, I'm not going to be. Um, but yeah, like second time. Yeah, the second time. Um, but I've also started watching like, it's been open season on me watching content about Resident Evil 9 now, and I've watched so many like big YouTubers like Scary Game Squad or Outside Xbox play Resident Evil 9, and I realized I do not have the same reaction to the girl that a lot of these other like channels have. Like everybody else is like terrified and screaming and like they don't know what to do, and I'm just like, I'm gonna shoot her in the face. Mr. X, I ain't scared of him. If there's something on the floor, I'm just gonna rope a dope him around it. Like I know that motherfucker ain't gonna jump over anything. He's not programmed to do that. But it's funny as shit, like even on a first playthrough, I know enough of how like Resident Evil games are built to where I know that they're not gonna do that to me. And one day, Resident Evil is gonna fuck me over so hard by doing that to me. I fully expected at some point they are legitimately gonna just be like, yeah, no, for this one thing, Resident Evil 10, they changed everything on you. I would be so thrilled though if they did that. That would be wonderful. Because like it ain't like I'm like not scared. There are parts of these games that are tense and they are, and like they are tense and scary and all that. But like I also have that thing of like looking at it like, well, I know the jump scare's coming, so like I'm just gonna unfocus my eyes a little bit or look slightly to the left. Like I know it's coming because I'm aware of how it's built. You know, but it is fun still. Like, admittedly, I still think Resident Evil Requiem's story is a fucking mess. I think the Resident Evil Requiem story is fucking horrible, and I will fight somebody over it because I think that there's a lot of like you can draw your own conclusions here, but I do think gameplay wise and story wise it is a lot of fun. Um, I think that Grace is a really like decent character. Because Ethan's third game it would have been a masterpiece. I as somebody who liked Ethan, I really loved how they fucking killed Ethan. Lie to me, Ralph. Ethan got sent to a farm. Like I've always said, and I will say it until the end of days, till the last breath in my body, that Resident Evil works best when your character is somebody in over their head who barely survives. Like Resident Evil 2 works best because you have a rookie cop who is naive and a bit of a himbo and super mega badass Claire Redfield in a city full of zombies. You know? And Resident Evil 3 kind of like barely scrapes by in that regard, original and remake. Because you have Jill Valentine, who this ain't her first outbreak. And she's like, a specially trained Delta Force, special tactics and rescue squad, like, super cop. But they had to up the ante for that. So they give her Nemesis to fight against, which does kind of negate her being super prepared. How the fuck do you prepare for Nemesis? How do you deal with a problem like Maria? Like, you get Nemesis as a iron organ. She's fine. Yeah, there's so many things in Resident Evil 3 Remake where, like, her inside should have been, like, a fine liquid. But then you get to, like, RE4, and I'm literally just looking at RE games on my screen at this point. Where Leon is giving one-liners and roundhouse kicks. Like they're going out of style. You know? And the tension of that is far less. Leon is just he is sending everybody to the big bingo in the sky. You know? Like I'm actually switching over to my undownloaded Resident Evil games to look and see what else is there. But 7 and 8, I feel like work really well because Ethan's just some dude for the most part in those games. Like Ethan is just a guy, not even a particularly like tough guy. He's an IT specialist, and I think that makes it so much scarier. He's a dude who is simping for a midwife at best. Not a midwife like somebody who helps deliver a baby, but a wife who is mid. Like Ethan deserves better. Like that's it. This shit could happen to me. I'm also just some dude. Exactly. Like Ethan didn't have military training, or like he isn't some badass super cop, or even a rookie cop who went through like the police academy. You know, or apparently a college-age girl who rides a motorcycle. I too could be trying to find my beautiful, beautiful wife. Well, Ethan didn't find his beautiful, beautiful wife either. He found Mia. Absolutely a Mia hater. Because she worked for the company that made. Mean to my beautiful, beautiful life. Like, Mia's one of the bad guys, and it doesn't get brought up enough. Wife. But Mia's one of the bad guys, and that doesn't get brought up enough. Where, like, she worked for the company who made a bioweapon who looked like a little girl. Solely so they could infiltrate and use, like, human kindness as a weapon. Girl's gonna get cast. Like, not to be that guy, but just following orders is not a good enough reason. Like, sometimes you don't have to get that bag. Howdy, Liv. How are you doing today? I'm talking shit on Mia Winters. I assume you played Requiem. How did you feel about it? As I'm just throwing questions at you. Mia is lovely and getting her cash money. Like, but Mia like, help work in. Mia's job was in the field of bioterrorism, and nobody ever really brings that up. Like, that's kind of important. Like, Mia directly led to so many deaths because she was also bad at her job. Not everyone can heal people. Some people have to go to bio. No, you don't. The options aren't, like, you can go work at McDonald's. They hire. I've seen it. Getting her bag for dubious reasons, profiting off of bioterrorism. Exactly. Like, a bunch of people keep giving me a pass for that. It's Jagbu. Jagbu is people. That's how the world keeps turning. Yeah, but, like, you can work in a deli. I'm the pepper. No. I'm the pepper is funnier. She looked good while doing it. Immaculate hair. By the way, go back and just like watch cutscenes of RE7 and watch cutscenes of RE9 and look at how fucking far that hair technology has come in 8 years. Because holy shit. Like the hair technology in Requiem looks amazing. Whereas Mia's hair looks weird. Like I remember when RE7 came out and I played it the first time. That scene where she rolls over when you first find her and her hair is just kind of like it's so weird looking in that cutscene now, looking back on it 8 years later. But yeah, like RE9, like the hair technology looks phenomenal. Like Leon and Grace's hair looks so good. But it's wild how bad it looks in 7 now. Like, it looks so much worse. I was thinking about that earlier while I was playing Requiem. When I was doing my I Am the Danger run of Requiem. Which, man, survival horror really takes on a I miss when Resident Evil games used to give you the Infinite Magnum as a reward. There weren't too many that did, but it used to be like RE1. I think the DualShock version, or maybe the original, one of the RE1 originals. Michael's gray hair doesn't move when she gets knocked to the ground. Yeah, outside of that cutscene where she's upside down, her hair just kind of like stays where it is with a little bit of bounce and wiggle. Although, they do have a thing where the hair doesn't load in every time. So it's Grace and Leon just with shaved heads. Because there's like a texture under there to kind of like obscure the skin. And it just looks like a buzz cut. So you can actually remove Leon and Grace's hair and have them just buzz cut it. Yeah. I'm surprised nobody has modded that in yet. Actually, I looked at the mods the other day for RE9. And I think they changed something in the RE engine. I think I've seen that for RE4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure RE4 probably works in the same way. The mods for RE9 though, kind of disappointing, and most of them now require you to have RE framework installed. I'm gonna have to figure that the fuck out now. Okay, this is a fun one. Hold on. Somebody replaced Emily or Chloe with Grace's boss's face. I'm using Grace and Maria from Silent Hill's outfit on my current run. See, that's fun. I love those kind of mods. Oh, the naked and erect mod. The true horror, my boss. So to be fair, he's definitely a bad guy, right? Like he's definitely a bad guy, right? Because like he sent an inexperienced analyst to the place where her mother was murdered alone. Like, he's either evil or incompetent, and I'm not sure which. Like, and I'm not sure which is worse. I'm gonna have to figure out how to install RE Framework. God damn it. This is one. Intro and Chloe skip. Because goddamn do those two parts really drag that game down. Play as Leon full game. Like, I feel like the mods for this one have not been as fun. It was a strange choice. Like, the body's been removed already. What was she supposed to analyze? Yeah. Like, but in the same vein, it's like crime scene analyst is different from technical analyst. Grace is a technical analyst. Like, her thing is reports and data entry. Like, granted, you can kind of just say, like, oh, Capcom doesn't understand the ins and outs of, like, FBI, of field agent versus technical analyst. Oh, here's a fun one. But, like, replaces Leon Porsche with a Krusty Krab mobile. I still think it was fucking hilarious. I still think it was fucking hilarious that it wouldn't let me aim at the Porsche. It wouldn't let me point my gun at the Porsche. I'm so mad about that. Although I will say, playing with infinite ammo, not having to worry about resources, I was able to make like so many hemolytic injectors. You're just gonna be so mad when he loses that hamburger. Well, have you seen? I didn't spot it in any of my playthroughs, but apparently Leon's wearing a wedding ring when he takes his gloves off. And now there's a whole big thing of like, people are like, well, who's Leon married to? Yeah, I didn't notice it. Himself. I'm gonna be so mad if it's Ada. I'm not gonna lie, something about that will piss me off. This one looks fun too. It's even better that both of them are on bicycles. And they made Victor's bicycle so much bigger. I want this and the CJ mod. Because you know somebody has modded CJ from San Andreas into this. Because he gets modded into every video game. Label Selena Corey. Colored icons. That actually is kind of nice. Oh, if Thomas the Tank Engine replaces the spider. So you can play where the spider's Thomas the Tank Engine. We have Grace in gym wear. Not going to show that one on here. Cherry replaces Grace. The Xenomorph. The girl becomes the Xenomorph. That one's fun. Past my 10 time, a skedaddle. Yeah, I like how I said I'm getting out of here and then immediately launched into a very long complaining bitch fest about Resident Evil. Which we didn't even play Resident Evil today. We played Control. Yeah, also, I didn't bring it up. Last week, like, as soon as I was 100% right. Hold on. As soon as I got into the car last week, like, to drive home, my stomach just got, like, real wonky. We got CJ. Replaces Leon. And it's even worse Thursday. I literally got home, sat in the recliner, took my boots off, and I went, all right, I'm just going to close my eyes for a minute. And then fucking passed out till 5 a.m. Like, it was a really rough week at work last week. So I was just tired. God damn. It's like the moment I was just like, all right, I'm just going to try to recenter for a moment and calm down. And I was just like, no, you sleep, motherfucker. I wouldn't say I'm feeling better. I'm just not feeling as shitty. Still incredibly tired, and my body does not feel good. Like, what's the TikTok sound? They say everybody says they're built different, but I'm built different, and that different is just kind of wrong. Independent hair strands for Grace. We have thick Grace. Oh, this is good. Adds the damn sound effect from Friday on a successful parry. I kind of want that one. That would get annoying real quick, but I kind of want it. But yeah, no, like my stomach's still kind of wonky. Like I was gonna have a beer tonight with stream, or a cider rather, not really a beer. Good night, nice chat, Reginald. Likewise, and like always fun to talk to you, Liv. I hope you have a good day and a good middle of your week. But my stomach was still just kind of like, no, I don't think you'll be drinking today. No. I also been eating. Not. I know I was talking about it earlier, where like, oh, I'm eating better. I've also been eating kind of crappy this week, like inconsistently, and just like, you know, I've gotten food out because I got fucked up because I usually do my grocery shopping on Sunday night. For those of us keeping track, Sunday night was Easter. So I did not go grocery shopping this week. So I've been just kind of like, what can I scavenge to have for lunch? It's not been going well. Anywho, I will keep rambling. I hope you all have a lovely middle of your week. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for hanging out. And thank you for watching. If you're watching us on the YouTube, thank you as well. I will be back Thursday with more Control, where we will hopefully get another superpower and do some more superpowered shit. I thank you, Jagbu. I hope I feel better as well. I appreciate that. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. I hope you all have a lovely middle of your week. Bye. I remember it's like 3/5 to 1/4. Enter the fraction. I refuse. How dare you try to make me do math? YMX plus B plus B.